Blas maintaining Category 1 strength as it continues to move westward away from Mexico. Update 3 on Hurricane Blas, which has been maintaining its intensity for the last 24 hours. Still a Category 1 hurricane located at 16.2 degrees north, 105.6 degrees west. This is as of 5 p.m. Central Time, June 16th, 2022. We're looking at winds of 85 miles an hour, a pressure of 980 millibars, and it is moving to the west-northwest at about 8 miles an hour, a trajectory that is going to be continuing over the next 24 to 36 hours before it curves a bit. Looking at the position on the map, you can see it is starting to get to the point where it will be moving away from Mexico into course. Tropical storm force winds extending 110 nautical miles to the northeast, 80 nautical miles in all other quadrants. In terms of distances, there are no warnings of course in effect. It is 245 miles away from Colima, 364 from Tepic, 383 from Acapulco, 482 from Mazatlan, and 622 miles away from La Paz in Baja California. That is 394 kilometers away from Colima, 586 miles away from kilometers, I should say, from Tepic, 616 from Acapulco, 775 from Mazatlan, and 1,000 kilometers away from La Paz. A little bit exact there. I did not expect to get that, but that's what it is. Looking over into the intensity estimates, we have it at 85 miles an hour, which is following the NHC. AMSU has it at 85 miles an hour as well. ATMS and SACON are slightly lower at 80 miles an hour, and ADT thinks this is a strong tropical storm with 70 mile an hour winds at this time. This is the latest count for the National Hurricane Center. It is expected to continue with that west-northwestward trajectory, although it will be entering less warm waters, which will cause it to weaken, of course, and it is likely that it will be a remnant low by Sunday. The remnant low continuing to persist as it goes west-southwestward and then turns back westward. So needless to say, it is likely that it is peaking now. Weakening is expected to start by tomorrow. We'll be getting into the conditions that will make that possible in a little bit. First, we'll go to the sea surface temperatures, and you can see it's around 28 to 29 degrees Celsius where it is currently. But if you notice what the cone suggested, it was going to be moving west-northwestward, and those temperatures do not stay 28 to 29. It actually gets cooler, around 25 to 26 degrees Celsius, and that's going to be a factor that's going to be aiding in Blas weakening starting tomorrow. Looking at the wind swells of what we've seen from Blas thus far, everything has remained offshore. Hurricane force winds have been slowly thickening, as the same case with tropical storm force wind extent. And looking at the future, it is looking like the tropical storm force winds are going to be staying offshore. However, given the fact that there is going to be close proximity to the Mexican coastline, rip currents and large swells are possible, so do be aware of that if you are near southwestern Mexico. The intensity guidance pretty much has this peaking at this point before starting its weakening trend that will be gradual and pretty much a remnant low by the 19th or 20th. Wind shear is going to be lowering, but then going back up on the 21st. And then as you look into the sea surface temperatures, those are going to be dropping, and the relative humidity is also going to be dropping, which means you're going to be having dry air and sea surface temperatures decreasing. That will be promoting its degradation to a remnant low in a few days. So not good conditions that Blas will be dealing with, and it's already been looking rather disheveled in terms of its northern side because of the 20 to 30 knot shear it was dealing with yesterday. It was originally supposed to become a Category 2, but because it kept dealing with that shear, it was not helpful at all, and we've been dealing with that since. Still maintaining that convective cluster at the center, which is good. It means that it is still persisting. And then you can also see Tropical Depression 3E that recently formed to the southeast. We'll be covering that shortly in another update and with our tropical weather bulletin tonight. But if you want more updates on the Eastern Pacific side of things, catch the two videos we'll be releasing later tonight.